Welcome back to Gods and Heroes Unveiled, where we explore the epic myths of ancient Greece. Today, we're climbing Mount Olympus to face Zeus, the ruler of the gods, master of thunder, king of the heavens, and a force as mighty as the storms he commands. From his rise to power to his reign over Olympus, Zeus' tale is one of glory and chaos. Ready to feel the lightning? Then hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the story of Olympus King together. 1. The origin of Zeus. Zeus, the thunder-wielding ruler of Olympus, didn't ascend to his throne from a golden cradle. His origin is a gritty tale of rebellion, survival, and destiny. Born as the youngest son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, Zeus entered a world shadowed by tyranny. Cronus, haunted by a prophecy that a child would dethrone him, just as he'd overthrown his father Uranus, swallowed each of his offspring at birth: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. But Rhea, heartbroken and defiant, refused to let Zeus share their fate, igniting the spark of a cosmic uprising. On the island of Crete, in a cave on Mount Ida, or Mount Dicte, as some tales claim, Rhea birthed Zeus in secret. To fool Cronus, she swaddled a stone and fed it to him, the Titan gulping it down without suspicion. Zeus was hidden away, nursed by the goat Amalthea or nymphs like Adrastea, their care shielding him from his father's wrath. The Curetes, warrior dancers, clashed spears and shields to mask his cries, their clamor a lullaby of war. This wasn't a gentle beginning. It was a battle cry, a child born to break chains. His lineage tied him to the primal forces of creation. Cronus and Rhea, offspring of Uranus, Sky, and Gaia, Earth, ruled the Titans' golden age. But Cronus' paranoia mirrored his own father's cruelty. He'd castrated Uranus with a sickle to seize power. Zeus inherited this legacy of upheaval, his blood a mix of Titan might and Gaia's earthy resolve. Raised in Crete's wilds, he grew into a god of strength and cunning. His destiny whispered by the fates. He'd topple the old regime and claim the skies. The cave was more than a hideout. It was a forge, fed by Amalthea's milk. Some say her horn became the cornucopia. Zeus matured under nature's watch, bees buzzing, eagles soaring. His name, rooted in Zu, means sky or shine, a hint of the storm lord he'd become. Unlike his siblings, trapped in Cronus' gut, Zeus tasted freedom, his exile a crucible for rebellion. Rhea's trick with the stone, later revered as the Omphalos at Delphi, marked his birth as the world's turning point. Zeus' origin echoes Greek themes. Power shifts through betrayal, sons rise against fathers. Uranus fell to Cronus, Cronus to Zeus, a cycle of cosmic vengeance. His upbringing, steeped in wilderness, nymphs, goats, rugged peaks, grounds him in raw vitality, a contrast to the polished throne he'd claim. Gaia, his grandmother, often lurks in the tale, her grudge against Cronus fueling Zeus' path, her wisdom a silent guide. His siblings' plight drove him. Swallowed whole, they lived inside Cronus, undigested, waiting. Zeus wasn't just their brother, he was their savior, the one born free to free them. This origin isn't serene, it's electric, a god forged in secrecy, his thunder brewing in the dark. As we'll see next, Zeus didn't stay hidden. He rose, lightning in hand, to shatter the Titans and rule Olympus, a king shaped by struggle. 2. Zeus as ruler of Olympus. Zeus didn't just claim Olympus, he seized it through war and wielded it with a thunderous grip, his reign a tempest of power, justice, and chaos. His rise began with the Titanomachy, a decade-long clash to overthrow Cronus. Returning from exile, Zeus, guided by Gaia or Métis, forced Cronus to drink a potion, disgorging his siblings, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. United, they waged war, Zeus leading with thunderbolts forged by the Cyclopes, freed from Tartarus alongside the hundred-handed Cinemates. The Titans fell, Cronus banished, and Zeus crowned himself king of Olympus. From his golden throne atop Mount Olympus, Greece's highest peak, wreathed in clouds, Zeus ruled the gods. He split the cosmos with his brothers. Poseidon took the seas, Hades the underworld, and Zeus the heavens, his domain the sky's vast expanse. His court was the 12 Olympians, Hera, Athena, Apollo, and more, each a force under his command. His eagle soared as his messenger, his bolt struck as his will, a ruler whose voice rumbled like thunder across the 9 muses' songs. His reign was order and upheaval. Hera, his sister and queen, bore him Ares, Hebe, and Hephaestus, but jealousy fueled her wrath as Zeus' lovers multiplied, Metis, whom he swallowed to birth Athena, Leto, mother of Apollo and Artemis, mortal women like Europa and Io. His affairs weren't mere dalliances. They shaped myths, spawning gods and heroes like Heracles, his seed a storm of divine lineage. Hera's vengeance, turning Io into a cow, tormenting Semele, clashed with his lust, a domestic chaos atop his rule. Zeus' power was absolute yet challenged. His thunderbolts crushed rebels, Typhon, a serpentine horror, buried under Etna, the giant in the Gigantomachy, felled by Olympian might. He judged gods and men, his scales tipping fate, Prometheus chained for stealing fire, Sisyphus rolling his rock for eternity. His justice was harsh, his temper swift, yet he spared as often as he struck, a king balancing mercy with might. Mortals built temples, Olympia, Dodona, seeking his favor, their prayers rising with smoke. His deeds defined Olympus. He led the gods in war, his charisma binding a fractious pantheon, Athena's wisdom, Poseidon's tides, all under his aegis. His love's birth tales, Europa's abduction as a bull, Leda's swan seduction, each a thread in Greece's mythic weave. He wasn't flawless, his pride sparked feuds, his lust Hera's rage, but his humanity made him king, not tyrant. When Prometheus defied him, Zeus punished yet admired the trickster's fire, a ruler who ruled through strength and storm. Olympus wasn't static under him. It buzzed with drama. Hera plotted, Apollo sang, Athena strategized, all orbiting Zeus' throne. His reign faced no Ragnarok. Greek gods didn't die, but threats loomed. Mortal hubris, Titan echoes. His bolts kept order, his gaze pierced the clouds, a king whose rule was as wild as the skies he claimed. Temples rose, oracles spoke, Dodona's oaks rustled his will, a god whose reign touched every Greek shore. Zeus as ruler was thunder made flesh, rebel turned sovereign, his Olympus a peak of power and passion. As we'll see, his legacy didn't fade. It struck deep, a lightning bolt that still lights the world. 3. The legacy of Zeus. Zeus' reign over Olympus didn't vanish with the mists. It thundered into eternity, his legacy a bolt that struck through Greek culture and beyond. As ruler of the gods, he left a mark not just in myth but in stone, art, and the human spirit, a king whose power and flaws shaped a civilization and echo in our world today. From temples to tales, Zeus remains the Olympian heart. In ancient Greece, Zeus was inescapable. The Temple of Zeus at Olympia, with its 40-foot statue by Phidias, one of the 7 wonders, towered as his monument, gold and ivory gleaming. Dodona's oracle, its oaks whispering his decrees, drew pilgrims seeking fate. The Olympics, every 4 years, honored him. Athletes swore by Zeus Horkios, their victories his glory. His eagle and bolts adorned coins, his name invoked in oaths, a god woven into law, war, and worship. His myths fueled Greece's soul. Hesiod's Theogony crowned him creator, Homer's Iliad arbiter, guiding Troy's fall, weighing Hector's doom. His loves, Europa, Leda, Danae, birthed heroes like Perseus, their labors his bloodlines echo. Art immortalized him. Vases show him hurling lightning, statues his bearded majesty, a ruler both stern and alive. His reign over Olympus wasn't abstract. It was Greece's pulse, his thunder its heartbeat. Rome reshaped him as Jupiter, his legacy conquering an empire. The Capitoline temple mirrored Olympia, his eagle the legion's banner. Virgil's Aeneid cast him as fate's hand, a Greek king in Roman robes. As Christianity rose, Zeus' bolts became God's wrath, his rule a shadow in new theology. Yet his temples stood, repurposed, his name unforgotten. The Renaissance reignited him. Painters like Titian captured his loves, Europa's bull, Leda's swan. In vivid oils, his passion amuse. Sculptors carved his might. Poets like Shelley wove his thunder into verse. His name entered the stars. Jupiter, the planet, glows with his light. Its moons, Io, Europa, his lovers' namesakes. Zeus became power's synonym, his lightning a spark in rhetoric. Today, Zeus rules pop culture. Films, Clash of the Titans, Immortals, cast him as patriarch, his bolts Hollywood flash. Games like God of War pit players against him, his flaws a villain's edge. Rick Riordan's books weave him into modern quests, his DNA and demigods. His symbols, eagle, oak, grace flags, logos, a king reborn in ink and screen, his throne a blockbuster seat. His legacy's depth is its duality. To Greeks, he was order's champion, toppling titans, ruling Olympus, yet his lust and temper mirrored mortal chaos, a god flawed like us. His justice, Prometheus chains, Tantalus hunger, shaped ethics, his power a debate for Plato. He's fatherhood unbound, creator, lover, judge, a ruler whose humanity endures. Olympia's ruins, Crete's caves time to earth, his myths to Greece's stormy soul. Modernity reclaims him. Scholars see him in weather gods worldwide, his bolts and thunders roar. Tourists climb Olympus, his name on Athens streets, a king alive in memory. His legacy isn't just tales, it's a lens, power's cost, passion's price, a ruler who thundered and aired. From ancient altars to sci-fi epics, Zeus remains Olympus king, a bolt that still strikes, a rain that never fades. Outro. That's the electrifying tale of Zeus, from his rebel birth to his reign over Olympus and timeless legacy. What's your favorite Zeus moment? Ruling the gods or hurling lightning? Drop it in the comments. If you love this dive into Greek mythology, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for a new epic tale every single day. Thanks for watching Gods and Heroes Unveiled. See you tomorrow for another legendary journey.